Present.
Yossi.
Present.
Adrian Blackwell and Dan Collins asked to be excused this evening, so Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great, Adrian. Let the record show Adrian is here. Looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Campbell, second by Dockery to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? The ayes have it. Number 4, public comment. Is there anybody in the public that would like to address the council? Okay. I see 2 younger gals in the back there. Are you here for government by chance?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Can you stand up and state your name?
I'm Addison Freyer.
And what town are you from?
I live in Princeton.
Okay.
I'm Parker Ward. I live in Aldridge.
All right. When the meeting's over, anybody at this table can sign your paperwork.
Thank
you.
We
We will.
also have to take a picture with you, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know why, but we have.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes.
for the record, they picked the wrong meeting to come to with our long agenda. In curfew, I think on a weeknight's 11. We have to try to get them out of here by 11 tonight.
We'll do our best.
Okay.
Guys might want to pick a different evening.
5A, consideration to approve the regular city council minutes from the September 8, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Yossi, second by Campbell to approve the regular council minutes from September 8, 2025. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? The ayes have it. 5B, consideration to approve the committee of whole minutes from the September 8, 2025 meeting.
Make a motion there.
Okay, do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion by Blackwell, second by Dockery to approve the committee of whole minutes from September 8, 2025. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nay? The ayes have it. 5C, consideration and approve of the bills payable. Ryan?
I just had those 2. One was from Gillespie's, just $100, no details on what it's for. I asked Nevada to see what it was.
Okay.
The other one was for a bill to the fire department for a couple brooms and mops for grass fires. If, I don't know if Tony got some for the fire department and we're replacing them or what, but she's gonna check on that also.
Okay. Anybody else? Nope. All right. With that being said, do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Blackwell, second by Campbell to approve the bills payable. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? The ayes have it. 6A, consider, well, Jeff, before I go on to this, has anybody called in on any of these third and final readings?
In the interest of saving time, Mayor, and getting these students home for their curfew, I'll let you know we have received no comments on any of these.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. 6A.
That's nice to think.
Yeah. Consideration of the third and final reading of ordinance 2025-22, amending the pool and spa fencing.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Campbell, second by Blackwell to approve the third and final reading of ordinance 2025-22. Roll call.
Campbell.
Aye.
Blackwell.
Aye.
Dockery.
Aye.
Yossi.
Aye. The third and final reading of ordinance 2025-22 passes. 6B, consideration of the third and final reading of ordinance 2025-23, updating city stop intersections.
Make a motion there.
Okay, do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion by Blackwell, second by Yossi to approve the third and final reading of ordinance 2025-23. Roll call.
Dockery.
Aye.
Yossi.
Aye.
Blackwell.
Aye.
Campbell.
Aye.
The third and final reading of ordinance 2025-23 passes. 6C, consideration of the third and final reading of ordinance 2025-24, defining electric scooters and setting regulations. Do you hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Yossi, second by Campbell to approve the third and final reading of ordinance 2025-24. Roll call?
Yoshi,
Aye.
Blackwell,
Aye.
Campbell,
Aye.
Dockery.
Aye.
The third and final reading of ordinance 2025-24 passes. On to 7A, consideration to approve a 5-year contract extension proposal with Allied Services Limited Liability Corporation doing business as Republic Service of Bettendorf. Nevada, can I call on you?
Thank you, Mayor. Matt Pivot came in and met with Sadie Wagner and myself and went over the 5-year contract extension that we've had from 2020 to 2025 with Republic Services. They did give us a proposal for a renewal extension from 2026 to 2030, so it'd be another 5-year contract. The last 5-year contract, the annual increase each year for cost of services was 3%. The contract renewal proposal for 2026 to 2030 is a 4% increase over each year. The only other change to this contract extension proposal from the last one is there is a provision added to automatically renew for successive 3-year periods unless either party provides written notice of non-renewal at least 90 days prior to the expiration of the then current term.
Is that at a 4% annual increase, or is that negotiated at that point for the automatic renewal?
There is not anything in the terms as far as what that increase would be, so we would have to clarify that with Republic.
Okay, yeah, we probably need to clarify it before we lock in. I mean, at some point, the garbage rates are getting up there. We're paying roughly $40,000 a month for garbage service. New garbage truck saves $400,000, about 2 of them $800,000. A couple guys, we wouldn't be able to do all the town in 2 days, but at some point in time, we're going to have to look at doing this in-house. There's going to be a point of it's going to be cheaper for us.
You didn't go to that point yet?
Hmm?
Are we to that point yet?
I don't know, we need to run the numbers to take a look at it. When does our current contract expire?
December of 2025, December 31st.
Would it be possible to maybe in the next month put some numbers together before we commit to this?
For what it would cost to run garbage services in-house with our public works staff?
Correct.
Okay, I can look at some numbers for that and try and put something together.
It might take us 3 days a week to pick up the garbage, and we'd have 2 people to do other things.
I'm not opposed to getting numbers for it, but my initial reaction is I think there's more important things that the city should be focusing on, such as roads and parks. But, you know, with your point, if the numbers come back and look favorable, the other thing I talked to you, Nevada, about this morning is I still wouldn't mind looking out and getting some other pricing too. Some comparable companies that offer the same services. Can somebody come in and compete? And I've not had any problems with Republic personally, but I know that there are other services out there that may have something to offer Eldridge too. So I think we need to keep our minds open.
I think so too, but it's kind of tough to go get bids when they've already put their bid out here. I mean, that's kind of, and Nevada has said too, you know, we haven't had any real complaints with Republic or Allied. So I'm not certain. I mean, I'm comfortable with this, but I think I agree with Brian that we can get numbers and see where we're at.
I'm just saying, if we look at the numbers, if we're not going around them, if we could do it cheaper than their numbers, it might be something for us to look at. I'm not saying we have to do it, but we at least need to know what that is.
Are there actual numbers out there, or are they just talking about a 4% increase?
It's in our.
It is in our packet?
Yep.
Okay.
Along with what Councilman Dockery said, there was a discussion before about working with the other communities, I guess, or Scott, possible to put together a consortium with that. So I get that the general name of the particular contract right now. It's so behind me right now, but there was a discussion with that to look to see if costs could be lowered and like a shared, contract per se with all the smaller communities with that, just to make this a little more competitive. Second of all, with this, I'm not for sure why they're doing a 4% instead of a 3 or a 3.5. So I like the services that they have given. I think the gentleman that picks up the waste is doing a great job. I know Vaughn, the recycling guy, personally. He gets out the truck, picks up excess waste, if it falls out, throws it back in, dumps the containers. So he does an excellent job of recycling, not only during the heavy holiday season, but year round. So they do great work. I know there's other companies out there as well. I know for a fact LSR expressed some interest with us. I don't want us to be, tied up, with a contract year after year and then not knowing what the rates are going to be and start getting, something that's just totally out of the picture for us. That's the burden to our taxpayers and those who, older adults, and those who might be on a fixed income to try to come up with that, whatever the cost to. So it adds up. So let's consider that. And when's the last time that we went out for contract as well? So I think Republic's doing a great job. Don't get me wrong. Get somebody else in here, you don't know what you're going to get, obviously. But maybe make this a little more competitive. Why can't they come back at a 3%? I understand that things aren't getting any cheaper out there. But too, things are rising up for us too, and food and costs and mortgages and everything else too, so that we're paying as well. And we have to consider that as well, to just make this competitive and save the taxpayers as much money as possible.
I didn't mean to get in a full-blown discussion on this, but it's just, obviously, there, at some point, there'll be a cost savings to the taxpayers. Otherwise, you would see third parties doing it for Davenport and Bettendorf. They figured out there was a certain break-even point where it was cheaper for them to do themselves. I don't know what that point is, but it's worth looking into to see if we're already there or if we're 3 years out, 5 years out, or 10 years out. But if we don't look, we'll never know. But the biggest question will be the tipping fees at the landfill. They may get a substantial break because of the volumes they do. I don't know.
So do I hear table this then?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion by Dockery, second by Campbell to table the consideration of the 5-year contract extension. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nay? Ayes have it. 7B, discussion and consideration to approve purchasing of flashing stop signs. I know earlier, I think you guys all got an email that was from Tony that went to your emails that explains the costs and different things, and then possibly add in like caution barrier flashing lights to the top of existing non-lit stop signs and stuff. If we're considering the ones that are lit up, a friend of mine works for Tri-City, and he said something to take into consideration. Even if they cost a little bit more, if we have a certain brand that the Public Works has said is tried and true, those things have photo eyes on there, and lightning storms can screw with them. And he goes, when you buy those electronic signs, cheaper isn't always better. So he said, just food for thought, that if you have a brand that has tried and true, sometimes it's worth to pay the extra money. So just thought I'd throw that out there to you guys.
I look at it, currently around town, I think we have one of these flashing on Donahue and 2nd. And that's got limited sight intersection with the buildings right there. I'm not opposed to it at 2nd and Davenport, but I think the rest of the signs around town are just fine. In the past, typically, if we put up a new sign, they normally put red tape everywhere, put reflective tape down the post to get everybody's idea, but I don't think we need flashing stop signs all over the city. If there's a limited sight on an intersection, probably makes sense right there downtown because of the buildings so close and the cars parked. But pick another street, West Price Street. I don't think we need a flashing one right there. They're either going to see the current one or not.
I'd like to see us start with the, whether it be the LED or the flashing red light on Second and Davenport and Second and Franklin. I think both of those, there's a lot of obstructions through both intersections that I think would help bring that awareness up, even if we took those at some point once everybody got used to them and moved them. But the other place I'd like to see just it was an inexpensive red flashing light that we could get. I'd still like to see them on the temporary signs that we run on 5th Street by Ed White. Those signs, I know we had talked, Tony, what did we decide to leave those up throughout the entire school year, and they're not pulled down at night, right?
Yeah, we used to pull them down every night, but now when school's in session, we just leave them up during the school year and take them down during the summer.
So those are locations that I'd like to see those smaller, inexpensive ones with the flashing red light, because it is very easy to not be paying attention if you're not used to them and run through that. So,
Is that a voice of experience?
yes.
Well,
Don't tell on me.
and sometimes the flashing lights, no matter what people do, they're not gonna follow them. I mean, we've wished upon the students at the school, the one on First Street, for them to go up and push the button. I bet you 50% or higher of the kids don't push that button and walk right out in front of cars. You know, we can put some things out, but some things we're not gonna get a return on. School zones, I don't have a problem with those.
Yeah, I agree, because what was the cost of the lights, adding just the red flashing light?
Approximately 100 to add them to the existing.
So you're talking $300 there?
I don't have a problem with the
That's money
school
well
zones.
spent. And then going back to what you said, Frank, for the LED flashing lights, I guess if it was me personally, if I was gonna spend the money, I'd save 50% or greater and try it. The worst thing that happens is they fail if that lightning happens to strike those, but if we don't ever try other brands, you're never gonna know that experience level too. So that's a pretty big savings.
No, and I agree. I just wanted to throw it out there.
Maybe the cheap one at Pinehurst,
Fifth Street.
Park, what's that, First Street south of LeClaire Road?
Pinehurst?
Pinehurst, no,
Spring Valley. Was it Spring?
Oh, Sheridan.
no, you used to live on it.
Oh, at Prairie Vista.
Prairie Vista, put the simple one there, and if you want to put a more expensive one to try it, put that at Fifth and Sheridan.
For 5th Street, I was talking about just $100 light, rather than what we're talking about is the difference is like $800 versus like $1,700 for a full LED. Or we could do the flashing red up there too, you know.
For what do we have on Second and Donahue? It's gotta have a
It's
photo.
an LED.
It's gotta have a photo cell, because you pull up, then it starts flashing.
Yeah.
Because if we were consistent, and we'd only have to buy one replacement part.
Go ahead.
Yes, Councilman, go ahead. With the full LED, do we know how bright that is? Because that goes around the whole stop sign, and flashes, compared to just the one on top that has the blinders on the side. I just think about the apartments that are upstairs there on the corner of Second and Davenport, right there. Would that be too much light? Like flashing up there, and how far does that get?
They got good blinds.
Imminent, so just food for thought, that's all.
I can handle that.
I'm in favor of putting unless we have a second down here, I'm in favor of putting those for the Second in Davenport and Second in Franklin. So I think those are good things, and it's a busy intersection through town, and it's gonna be a change of habit for some people, so that'd be my suggestion. As far as which one you go, the more expensive or the one that's half price, doesn't matter to me.
Try one of each and see the longevity of them.
Sure.
Is that your motion then, Scott?
That's it.
Okay, and on the LEDs, we'll do one tried and true and one discounted one for an experiment? All right. Do I hear a second to his motion?
Is that gonna include 3 of the single bulb for 5th
Sure.
Street?
Add them on.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion by Campbell, second by Yossi. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? The ayes have it. 7C, consideration to approve an extension internship program for additional 4 weeks from December 22nd through January 19th, which I believe is Christmas vacation. Nevada?
Thank you, Mayor. You'll see in your packet the internship report that we drafted to provide to Peyton and University of Iowa where he goes to school, as well as the boards. I thought it was a really beneficial program. You could definitely see the growth from when he started to when he was finished, and I know there's interest from him in coming back on his breaks if we continue with the program. They accomplished many of the tasks that we had on them, and some of the tasks that we had that we were going to have them work on, they didn't complete because we just simply removed them. We either didn't need them anymore or it didn't make sense right now. But he was a major part of doing our lead service line inventory, which is a huge project that's been being worked on for over 3 years. And we had quite a bit left when he came, and it is 100% done now between him and Gage. So they really hit that project hard, which was extremely beneficial for the city and the utility. Some of the projects that we would have him work on if he came back for that short 4 weeks for winter break, I would like to start digitizing the archived city council minutes so that we can search those more easily, because when you have to go back and research something, you have to pull it out and read each page of minutes to try and find a word that stands out for what you're looking for. So it's very time consuming. And we do often have projects that we need to go back and look at the history of what was done in the city before. So it would save us a lot of time, and then we could get rid of the really large fire cabinets that they're in as well. So that's one of the big projects that I'd like to see him come back and do. And of course, he helped out with a lot of daily tasks as well. So just looking for consideration to potentially bring him back for about 3 to 4 weeks over Christmas break.
I think it's money well spent. I'll make that motion.
Second.
I just have a question. Did he compile all the emergency contact numbers for all the businesses? Did we get those to the fire department and police department?
He did work on updating those. I'm still putting those into the same document form so I can send them back, but he went through and updated all of the contacts. So we have that up-to-date information.
Okay, well, we need to disseminate it out to the 2 departments. Will part of his pay come from utility board? Or is he going to be, because summertime he did part of the utility stuff. In the fall, if he's just doing council minutes, I can see the city side, but is he going to do utility board minutes also?
I can certainly take it to approval by the utility board to pay a portion of that.
Okay.
For the record, not to change the subject, but you mentioned the lead services project that we're 100% done. That is one of the very few in the state that's achieved that, just for the record. So that's
It's a huge accomplishment.
pretty awesome for our group.
There was a letter that went out, got people motivated, mad and motivated.
So Ren and Scott, you both made a motion then?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. On to number 8, board and staff activity reports. Nevada, I'll start with you.
Just 2 quick updates. The workforce housing tax credit determinations were made last week, and unfortunately, the Eldridge Fields project was not awarded that, so we will not be partnering on that in this fiscal year. I would imagine that they will want to go ahead and apply again in the next round, so I will keep you posted as we hear from them on that. And then today, Zach Howell and I met with Bi-State and Iowa DOT regarding the Lincoln Road reclassification. We let the DOT know some of the information that we had put together that wasn't necessarily communicated for that reclassification. They were very supportive of what they heard. They just wanted us to put it together in a document, so we're gonna get that documented. It will have to go back to Bi-State, so it would go on their October agenda for approval again, and then they would send it on to the DOT. But we do have that direct line of communication now, and it sounds like we could have a much more positive outcome from that. So I will keep you posted on that as well.
And then we'll have to start looking at identifying trick-or-treat night.
On the next agenda.
Okay, because I know Davenport, I think, posted theirs is going to be actually Friday night, October 31st. And I don't know if that'll interfere with playoff football games or if North Scott's even going to the playoffs. But it's something our police department doesn't have the staff to do them both at the same night.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Nevada, for your update. Jeff, do you have anything to say?
Just that Ivy Acres has submitted their final plat for that third edition. That's gonna be in front of P and Z on Thursday, and then in front of you guys on October 6th. They are starting to do some grading, get some preliminary work done over there to get that concrete road attached to East Price, I guess it would be, on that side. Which would be great, because then we'll have 2 entrances into that subdivision, which is something we wanted for a while, so that'll be coming at you very soon.
Thanks, Jeff. Tony, you got anything to report for the police department?
Just a reminder, this Wednesday is Battle of the Badges softball game, 6:00 PM at Sheridan Meadows Park. Everyone's welcome to come witness the Eldridge Police Department give the Eldridge Fire Department a complete beat down on the softball field. So
That's excellent.
that's for you, Brian.
Quote, is that quote? Complete.
Don't forget,
I said, bring it.
Brian and I are cooking the hamburgers,
Yeah, hamburger, hot dog
Hot
baskets will
dogs.
be available, free meal donation.
and I have a fire department background, and so does Ryan. So,
I got the cop background too, don't worry.
yeah, be careful what you eat.
I got you, Tony.
If there's a large increase to Genesis emergency room, then we know why that night.
With that, keep my,
One more second.
okay.
I wanted to mention that, for those of you that don't know, the Hickory Creek walking trails are now open. Tony and his staff did a great job. I've seen people out there, there's signs out there, and the cross-country team is gonna actually practice there tomorrow night. So Aaron, that'd be a great story for the North Scrap Press.
Okay,
So,
I'll get Ross on it.
take a time to go out there and walk through there, it's pretty cool.
And also, do you know when the intersections will be finished connecting to First Street? Especially the one there at Pinehurst. They got the cones, and you're going to get there's one lane down in traffic turning in. People are having a hard time down there.
I believe the schedule called for the tie-ins to be done by the end of this week. I will confirm though and send that out. If there's anything different, I will let you know, but that is what I remember seeing on the schedule.
Okay.
Today they were pouring out, getting ready to pour concrete. So then you're gonna see the concrete curbs, the edges poured next. As soon as that's poured and has cured, then they'll come out and finish the asphalt way over to the tie-in. So I would expect, you probably won't see asphalt until Thursday, maybe Friday, but it won't take, there's not that much to do.
Seems like this process has been extended. Seems like this whole process has been extended a little bit too long.
Your future honor, can I have the floor?
Go.
With my promise to get the students out of here before curfew, I make a motion for adjournment.
Second there.
Motion by Dockery, second by Blackwell. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nay. The ayes have it. We are adjourned at 7:28.
We got lucky tonight. You guys got lucky.